Hi everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Crashmo. In the previous part, we finished the first 100. We finished the last segment of the first 100 levels, and now we begin the bonus levels up in the mountains. These are a lot harder than the previous ones. As you can see from this one, this is a little bit longer than. Well, I guess it's not super long. It's not a super long video in comparison. I'm just kind of anticipating what is to come. Yeah, these videos this whole segment is going to be pretty, hopefully short. This is really when I started vetting all the puzzles beforehand, making sure we weren't here for 20 years just watching me stumble. Yeah, so basically for this first puzzle here, we want to move the red block over to the right portion without dropping the yellow block until it's needed to be, until we're actually able to access the top of the yellow block. Simple enough. That one's not too bad. Most of this first set isn't horrible. Alright, so yeah, for this puzzle here, it's pretty straightforward. We want to get all the individual blocks stacking on top of one another. And then once we have them stacking on top of one another, then all we need to do from there is basically make ourselves a small path towards the exit. And we want to use the door as a means of actually moving the blocks proper. With the last green one that we're going to put on top, we want to make sure the red one is not on top of the said green one so that we can actually still use the blue one in a useful manner. Alrighty, so once we have all the individual blocks dropped like that, all we need to do is make ourselves a platform so we can get towards the top there. And then from there, it's pretty simple. Yeah. We want to specifically have it set up on the left side, because then we have, once again, a little staircase, and we can make it towards the flag. Right, so for these bonus 40, and pretty much for all the puzzles here on out, we're not having to save anything in particular. We're simply getting bragging rights. That's why we just get a little flag saying, hey, we beat it, we're cool, we're done. Alrighty, so this next puzzle here actually has quite a few ways of beating it, I've seen. The way I'm doing it is just one of many. Yeah. So the major goal of this one is we're trying to get that yellow manhole block to go into the little crevice right there, so we can get to the one on the upper right-hand corner of this puzzle. So what I do here is I'm going to set up a little bridge that'll allow the next portion of this to be pretty easy to handle. So from here, we're actually going to pull the blue one twice, push that into place, and then we get to the end. I know I'll be pausing awkwardly at a couple moments. Just want to make sure I'm kind of in time with what's going on. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, these next few puzzles, not too bad. This one here is pretty simple. What we want to first do is have the blue platform that's set up there. We want it to drop down by one block, which we're going to do that by moving the green one over to the left. We want it specifically to the left since we don't want it dropping into the little crevice underneath. So, I don't know why I did this right here. I dropped down. I think it's just to show off that don't make it drop in the crevice. From there, we're going to use the blue one, and now we're going to pull so that the green block goes towards that crevice while we're still on top. From here, pretty simple. We just get the blue one off the foundation of the yellow block, and we make our way to the top. Another staircase complete, because that's all you do in Crashmo is make staircases. I need to drive this point home. I will say, after the last set of puzzles, this one is a little bit more refreshing. Most of these are pretty fun and interesting and aren't too bad. I will not be saying that about the last 3 of the main 140 levels. But, yeah. Alright, this one's pretty simple. First thing you want to do is you want to move the yellow block over to towards the screen one. And then from there, our main goal is to get those green blocks set up in a staircase manner so that we can make it to the flag. That's up on the other yellow cloud block that we're not standing on. Okay, so we do that. And now we just push it over enough times until the green block is able to drop there. And boom, we got our staircase to the top. Pretty simple puzzle. Not too bad. And as you can see from the length of this video, you know, these aren't super, like, complex puzzles in comparison. It's a lot of just figuring out and planning ahead of time. Heavy emphasis on the movement blocks in these later puzzles too, or whatever, the arrow blocks in these later puzzles as they start moving in all kinds of different directions, which I think is pretty fun. Alright, sip of water. Okay, so what we're doing here is that we're trying to set it up to where the blue block on the bottom was able to hold on to that green arrow block. From there, we need to move that green arrow block to the little crevice where the red block initially was. And yeah. Okay, so from here, we're just going to start. I try to figure out what to do here, because I'm kind of blinking for a second. So right, we want to pull it to the right one so that we still have the green block supporting the staircase. And then from there, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know why I do this, per se. I easily could just go up there and push it, which is what I do now. Oh wait, I don't entirely know I did exactly that, but yeah. Here we take care of this. Now we're going to offset the yellow block and essentially push it towards the extra step that we need to get towards the top. And with that, the puzzle is finished. So, with that puzzle out of the way, from here on out, there's only one guide that you can even hope to follow to help you, and it's not even in English. So, hopefully this is where I think this Let's Play will really come in handy for a lot of people. You don't have to use like Google Translate or anything like I had to when finding the guide and trying to figure out how they do things. Okay. So our main goal here is we want to get the cloud blocks to go inside the little outline of the blue block. I actually learned a little different method here by using the staircase portion there. You can get it inside the sort of blue square portion, but eventually you just want to essentially make steps out of it and get towards the top, like I did there. Okay, this next puzzle gave me so much trouble for so long. It is what initially made me discover the Japanese blog about Crashmo that had done the entire game. So the main goal with this puzzle is that we want the door blocks to stay stacked on top of one another for the duration of this entire puzzle. And what we're going to have to do here is we want to use the lower door blocks as their personal stack, which we as a platform to where now we can set this next portion up. So I'm going to make a mistake here where I pull and then try to get towards the yellow one. Big problem, I can't actually go to the yellow one because there isn't a block that I can jump onto to get there. So I realized this mistake and I'm going to do a rewind here in a second just to show it off, because what you actually need to do first before pulling said block is you need to push one down so that you actually have a path towards it. So you're going to see me mess around here for a second. Towards the top. So what you want to do first is push a block out so you have something you can stand, so you have some way of getting to the yellow door on the bottom. From there, you make a platform for the yellow door on the bottom. And from here on out, it isn't too bad. Here you basically need to drop one block out from where the top yellow door is, which is pretty simple. You're going to move that block, those set of blocks on the left, to where they're adjacent to the ones you need to push. Then all you need to do is you're going to push it away from the screen, or at least to the right, some other way. Basically where it's not blocking the yellow door and you have to like try to go back up. And once you do that, yeah, you finish the puzzle. Yeah, that one was just super tough for me, personally. Alright. This next one's not too bad. It does require a little bit of timing towards the end of the puzzle, as you'll see here. But overall, not too bad of a puzzle. I think most people, I think usually generally the easier puzzles in Crashmo seem to more so come from when you understand what you need to do. When you have a general idea of like, okay, you need a certain block to go to a certain portion, it ends up coming pretty naturally to most players. I think personally, the time when this game can get pretty tough is when it's not immediately obvious that you have to move a certain block to a certain location. Which, don't get me wrong, those are properly marked and everything, but like, listen, some of these just get a little ridiculous with it, alright? Alright, so we're gonna move that red block down there. So you think naturally, oh, we can go to the door and be done. Well, you're wrong. We have to actually set it up to where when we jump on that red block, it'll be one block over. One block over to the left so that we can enter the door once it's shifted. We also need to make sure that this, that the yellow block where the red door is aligned so we can get to the flag immediately, as you saw right there. Alrighty, so for the final puzzle of this set, I'm actually going to have another cut. I made a dumb mistake. This one's honestly was just making dumb mistakes. Excuse me, goodness. I don't remember this puzzle being too difficult. Even my first time around. It's once again another matter of just trying to find a way of making a staircase to the top, implementing all the blocks in some manner. Yeah, pretty much. And also moving them to the right location. So, like previous puzzles, we're going to have to actually implement jumping between the 3 layers that we have set up. And it's going to look difficult here. So what I'm doing is using that bottom blue block, jumping over to the green segment. Then I'm going to jump over to the blue segment again, where it's tall enough. And then from here, it's a basic path to the top. Yeah. Well, actually, not quite. We need to also, yeah, we need to push the blue one out and the green one so we have a path until we get to the flag. Simple as that. And with all that out of the way, we're not getting progress reports anymore, by the way. But yeah, with that, I will see you all in the next part. Until then.